Hey there everyone, it's Matt, and today I'm going to be looking at this NW series Sony laptop. This one specifically is the VGN NW270F, and this is a 2009 model. Let's go quickly down the specs of this computer. Its release date officially was November 1st, 2009, and I do believe this is one of the first computers that came out with Windows 7, if I'm not mistaken, because I have gone through two of these and they're so similar in their experiences, I just had to tell you the story. But going down, this does have a Intel Core 2 Duo T6600 dual-core 2.2 gigahertz processor. It currently has 4 gigabytes of internal memory, but you can upgrade it all the way up to 8. Its hard drive is a 320 gigabyte serial ATA 150, 5,400 rotations per minute hard disk drive, so it's the one that spins, not the solid state that the newer Ultrabooks and some laptops have. So this does have the hard disk drive. Its display type is a 15.5 inch TFT active matrix. It came with Microsoft Windows 7 Home Premium. It does have a Blu-ray read-only integrated optical disc drive. You can also play DVDs and CDs. And its graphics processor is an Intel GMA 4500 MHD Dynamic Video Memory Technology 5.0. To put it simply, it's an ATI Radeon Premium Graphics processor. You can see all the information right there. You can see that this did come with Windows Vista originally, but I did have it upgraded. It's all coming back to me right now. This pain in the ass computer, which I was finally able to get rid of and start using this one, the Z series, instead. But this is for another day. Check out the other videos on that. While we're here, let me give you some information, some history on this, and let you know if you should get this or if you shouldn't. Now I know you're probably not going to buy a new laptop like this, since this was released in 2009, but I think you could probably do a good comparison between this one and other ones that have been released in the past and that are currently being released. Now, bar this is not going to include anything that works with Windows 8, because Windows 8 is a totally different animal, and I don't think the computers are going to be the same for too much longer. So, just to give you the date right now, it is July 19th, 2012. And I'm just going to help you out and tell you the story and tell you where you should buy your laptops, where you shouldn't, and what things to avoid now in the year 2012. I just want to let you know that I did originally buy the NW series in 2007. Right before I went off to college. I went to Roanoke College, and I need a new computer, so I got an NW series. But just to let you know, it was not this one. I got this exact version when it was released in 2007. It did not have the little waves as these do here on the inside and the top. It was perfectly smooth, and it was also silver too. The specs on these were exactly the same, except for the one I got in 2007 did not have a Blu-ray disc player. That was an upgrade that I did in 2009. So where did I get this from? I got this from Best Buy in Manassas, Virginia. And let's go through the experience of getting this. First time I got this, it was very good. They were on sale. They did stick to the $7.99 price point at the time, but it was on sale for a little bit cheaper than that. And I thought I was getting a great laptop. Of course, I didn't have one before this. I always had my desktop previously, and I borrowed my parents' laptop when I needed it for anything else. Being in high school, I didn't really need to take it out that much at all. But I thought I was getting a great laptop, and at the time I was. This did come with a 256 gigabyte hard drive. I believe that and the Blu-ray player were the only things that are different. But the thing is, every few months, maybe 5 to 6 months, the hard disk drive failed. And it failed like clockwork. meaning I lost everything because this is a time where I did not back up my things onto any cloud storage or any hard disk drive storage like an external, portable, any type of gig external hard drive. And I lost a lot of my information, and I was very frustrated because I didn't really move this one a lot, but it just kept on dying over and over and over. And before I go further, I did get Geek Squad, that Geek Squad protection, and I got that for 3 years. So what happens was the hard disk drive just kept on failing, the optical drive failed, it just kept on getting slower even though I had Norton security on it. It just got slower and got encrusted with viruses. The people at the Geek Squad, they tried to help me, but it was never a good experience. And just before I go any further, do not get it from Best Buy. Best Buy is a dying company for computers. I believe maybe they do cell phones well, and they do some maybe niche computers from Apple because they can't change the insides of those. But when you get something from Best Buy, you're usually getting a product that was specifically made for it, and most likely it will have cheaper parts than what you're used to when you buy directly from the company itself. But in 2007, I wasn't really looking for a MacBook. Tablets weren't out at all, and it really wasn't something I was bothered about. So I got this 15.5-inch laptop, and it was good. It was a little bit heavy. I had to stick in my backpack a lot, but it did have problems with the hard disk drive. It failed, and like I said, I had no backup. After the first time it did, I had to send it in. They looked at it for a few days, gave me a call after a week, and said they had to send it in. So already I was out without a computer for a week, and still going on, I couldn't use anything, and I was starting to get very frustrated. After 2 weeks, they were able to give it back. They had put a new hard disk drive inside the computer, and after a few months, I was just doing things normally. At that time, I had got an external hard disk drive to back up all my data, and it did help because guess what? Happened again. At this point, it was the second time that it had happened, and I had to go through the exact same process. So I was out a computer for almost a month, just about 3 weeks, and they brought it back again, and thankfully I had backed up everything on my external hard drive, and I was able to help myself out. But it did happen again a few months, and just to let you know, that was this is 2009. What they did at that point was after 3 times one piece of hardware goes bad, they deem it to be a lemon. So I was able to get a new computer of my choice. Now this is going to be one of those sticking points where I don't really like Best Buy. They really rubbed me the wrong way. Now forgive me, this is probably going to be a really ranty video on Best Buy and what they do over there, because I just don't think what they did was very good. But going on, they showed me the Z series for 2009 or 2010, I forget what it was, and I thought, hey, this is going to be a great computer because they were selling me all the points, and what they had done is they had led me to believe that I could trade this directly for that. And when we got up to the register, he said, okay, so if you give us $1,000 more, we'll give you that laptop. At that point, I was pissed off, and so were my parents, because we had been going on for a few hours looking at these comparison laptops. So they had led us to believe that we could got the Z series for the price of this, when in fact they're trying to upsell us the whole time. So after arguing with the manager, straighten that employee out, I did yell at him a bunch too. We ended up looking at the brand new NW series, basically just an upgraded version. It went from 256 gigabytes to 320 gigabytes of hard disk memory storage, and instead of a DVD, a Blu-ray. And they were able to give us the Blu-ray player for free. It was supposed to be a $100 upgrade, but it was more for the misunderstanding. So I figure, hey, I got the better laptop. I got Windows 7 as an upgrade because it was that time when Windows 7 was coming from Vista, and I was happy. The hard disk drive kept on failing. It happened twice again, and figure I was out 3 weeks at a time, and once even a month and a half, just because they were so slow. On the third time it failed, I figured, hey, it's a lemon. I'm finally going to be able to get rid of this piece of crap and get something that I would like, or I was told that I could go and even get a Best Buy gift certificate or cash and take it somewhere else. It turns out that it was never the policy on the third, but on the fourth, that if the hard drive or any hardware issue happened, that I got it from. And I even showed them the receipts of the first time I went through this with the original Sony laptop I got in 2007, but they were very resistant on it, gave me very poor customer service. And on this third time, they didn't send it in. All they did was keep it in their store and literally go inside the laptop and replace the hard drive in front of me. Now, two gripes. They replaced it with a generic run-of-the-mill hard drive, not something that Sony would have used, just a regular, honestly, piece of garbage. And furthermore, they replaced it in store when every single time I had to send it in for 3 weeks to a month and a half. Again, very frustrating, and I needed help. We checked everything out, and at that time the Blu-ray player was not working. So again, I had to send it in. So even though the hard disk drive was fixed, still had to send that all in. Came back, Blu-ray player still did not work, and the Wi-Fi did not connect. So what they wanted me to do was call somebody in, because the Wi-Fi didn't connect in my house, but it did connect at Best Buy. I had to call someone in, and they wanted to charge me $100. They wanted to sneak charge me $100, even after we made the appointment there at Best Buy in Manassas, and they said there would be no charge. And that was it. I had it with this. I wanted a new laptop. I was not up for dealing with Geek Squad or Best Buy or somebody trying to upsell me again. So what I do, I went to my friends at the Sony store in Tyson's Corner, and I was able to get that Z series, which is the future, and it's what I'm going to be focusing on the rest of the time here, because this one is done. It's going to be gone very soon, and there's going to be no need for it. It's heavy. The Blu-ray player does not work. I was able to fix the Wi-Fi by myself, even though we're paying for the Geek Squad protection. I don't want to go to Best Buy anymore. I suggest you never go to Best Buy to buy any of your products, because again, in computers that they can open up, they will give you lesser parts and give you the shell of this. And that's not that Best Buy does it. Sony sends them this so that they can keep their prices down and be competitive, which makes sense. But that means you're getting less of a laptop. Thing is, they can't do that with Mac products, because it's very hard to take things out of a Mac product. So I suggest don't get your Windows PCs from there. If not, buy your Mac products at the Apple store, buy your Windows products at the Windows store, buy your Sony products at the Sony store, online or in a physical store if you can. Again, Best Buy, I don't know how they treat you guys, but let me know if you have the same experience, or if you have good experiences too, because I have had good experiences, but the laptop is something key in my life, and before I got these tablets, it's something that I needed constantly. So, this one is done. No more on this. All the future videos are going to be specs, review, and I've had this for a little bit, about a month or so. I'm going to tell you how it works, what I use it for, and how extremely portable it is. This has been Matt from Creative Reviews. Follow me on Facebook, WordPress, and Twitter. Let me know how I'm doing. Like or dislike these videos, and I'll see you guys next time.